Hello, everyone. It's me, Andrew,
And Cynthia.
and we're here today at Star Cottage Studio. We've had a busy couple of days. Our friend Kristen was here yesterday and the day before, and Cynthia's been here, and Azalea is
She's at Touchstone
in the vicinity.
practicing her blacksmithing skills.
She's taken after me.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to uncle and niece forge.
Yeah, that would be pretty cute. She made a spoon. That looked good. And a knife.
That's good.
Looked pretty cute.
Yeah, I was impressed. Cynthia showed me the pictures. So we've had a lot of things that we're working on, and most of them are not done. Just so you know.
Some things are done.
Some things are done. But there's more things in the works. So you'll have to keep an eye open for that. So we've got a couple folks, and just so people know, Cynthia's my sister. I am her brother.
People know that, Andrew. We look the same.
I just wanted to clarify because we taught this one class and somebody was like, "Your wife," and I was like, "No." And so
that's weird.
I know.
Who marries someone that looks just like them? That's
maybe they like they like that. Did you watch the Time Traveler's wife? No. Anyways, Donna is watching. Howdy, Donna. It's a hot one today, y'all. I don't know if it's hot where y'all, but we got in the car and I was like, ooh, can't wait for that AC to kick on. Julie's watching. Hey, Julie. Molly's watching.
Oh, you can see the comments very easily.
Yeah, I like it, right?
Yeah, Andrew's been teaching me about StreamYard, catching me up with like the rest of everybody else. I'm like, do I really need it? Can it go to Instagram?
Well, the thing is that I was hesitant too, and then I got blocked on Facebook. So this was the only way that I could go live by myself. And so I was like, why was I so hesitant? This is so easy.
Well, I didn't get blocked, so maybe I'll try it.
Norma's watching. Howdy, Norma. June is watching. Hey, June. Harry's watching. Hey, Harry.
Hi. I feel a little awkward right now.
Why?
Because, well, I don't know why. You know how sometimes you just feel awkward?
You're doing great.
I feel really short.
Well, we had to lower everything down a little bit because we only have one chair that jacks up, and then the other one is like real low.
So the table is like right here.
So it's like at a jeweler's bench. Oh, and happy belated birthday, Harry. It was his birthday, I think, yesterday or the day before.
Oh, I saw that necklace with the cicada. That was a really cool piece, that necklace.
He got it in the mystery box.
Oh, cool.
Hey, Suzanne. Molly's watching. Yeah, I already said Molly's watching. She's just laughing. Fran's watching. Howdy, Fran. Donna says it's 107 with the humidity in central Alabama.
Oh
Skip, delete.
That's too hot.
That's too much. I would be like passed out.
It's 92 here, and I thought
it's warm.
I tried to get them up for a walk. I said, Andrew, and he could not hear me, I guess, but
through the sleep. Well, I've been staying up late to do work and then getting up early to do work, and then so because I don't. There's other work that I have to do, and it's like super boring. It's not like fun stuff, so we can't like work together because then it's like I'm like writing emails and stuff. Robin's watching. Howdy, Robin. Julie said, "Don't even talk to me about hot." 115 here today. That's too much.
How do you survive? She must have one of those cool towels just always on her neck at 115. I don't know. That sounds like you're starting to get crispy. Like I can imagine like how crispy
the flesh. Maybe you could make like a whole outfit out of that cool towel.
No, I thought of that. I thought, what if I had a jacket, and then I thought that would probably feel really damp because the way it works is it holds water. So as it evaporates, it feels cooler. It's not actually cooling anything, but it just feels cooler.
So it'd be
But
like
so it's
wet
a
t-shirt
damp.
contest.
Well, no, it's thick.
underneath.
No, it's thick. It's a thick foam. Actually, it's not that thick. It's like
Debbie's watching. She said it's hot from hot Florida. Hot
oh,
Florida.
yeah, Florida is always hot.
We grew up
And
in Florida.
humid. Hot and humid.
I don't necessarily miss that.
No, I don't miss it at all. I like it in the wintertime, but in the summer, we usually go in the summer too.
I don't.
Yeah,
I go in
we
the
did.
winter.
Remember, we did.
I went in the winter. From the last couple times we went, I went in the winter, and it was still hot then. And then they turned the heat on, and
No,
I was like,
yeah.
I was like,
hot.
I can't take it. And then I was like opening the window, and they're like, "You're letting the heat out." I was like, "Correct." And then they're like, "But you're running up our bill." So then I was
turn
like,
it off. Why are
I
we
guess
running
I'll just have to sit outside in the perfect 70-degree weather.
Yeah, that's different.
And they're like putting on coats and stuff, and I was like, I'm in like shorts and a t-shirt and like fanning myself.
Yeah, it was a bit warm.
And I guess I've acclimated to Pennsylvania.
What's Molly saying?
Molly said, let me find where Molly said it. Molly says it's 100 plus here in Northern California, Central Valley. Yuck. Been 100 plus all week. We just get the dry heat, not the humidity. Feels like when you open the door of your oven.
Oh,
that sounds unfortunate.
It does sound hard.
Maybe good for polymer, but doesn't get up to 275, so don't do it because then they'll still be terrible. Robin says tomorrow too. It's so hot.
Yeah, need to rain.
Well, it rained last night, and there was an issue with one of our lights in the garage, so I had to run out in the rainstorm and put a bag on it. And I was like, "Did you like my DIY life hack?" And William was like, "Uh-huh." Molly says, "Happy birthday, Harry." Donna says, "Ouch. Western Alabama is in extreme heat warning. Could get up to 115 or 120.
Dang.
Oh, boy.
That sounds terrible.
Marcy's tuning in and said, hi. Howdy, Marcy. Valerie's watching. Good afternoon. Hot here in Winnipeg Beach.
Nice.
The beach sounds nice.
I would love to be at the beach right now.
Molly says, I got my mystery box yesterday. Woohoo. Well, hopefully y'all like it. Whoever got the Raven pendant with the sapphire, let me know, because I don't know who got that. Donna says, tell me about it. Harry says, that was from the mystery box, or that mystery box was fascinating, full of treasures.
Yeah.
I try to make it extra good, because y'all waited a little bit extra. And whenever that happens, I feel a little bit of guilt, so then I like double stuff it a little bit. And William even picked some things for it. Teresa's said, joining in, more of my orders arrived. Oh, good. Facebook user said, good morning from Auckland, New Zealand. A sunny, showery winter day here. Oh, nice.
I've always wanted to go to New Zealand.
Me too. That'd be fun. Maybe.
Yeah, different. I love a different landscape. It's even different from Asheville up here. It's always neat. There's a little similarities, but it's nice to have the different plants and different trees.
Yeah, we're connected though from the Appalachian.
Oh, there's a lot of similar stuff, but there are some varieties of things that you just don't see.
The language is definitely different.
Yes.
It's very different. We're talking about whoopie pie. She kept talking about whoopie pie and saying, you mean gobs? You mean gobs?
That's not what you call those.
Those around here, that's what you call those.
Well, I was telling about how Greg makes this cookie that has a layer. It's carrot cake cookies. And then the middle is filled. It's like an oatmeal cream pie, but with carrot cake flavor. So the middle is a cream cheese filling. And it's really, I was like, dude, you could just make these.
I know. I said,
why are we making
up.
beads? Let's just make sweets.
Move up here. We'll start a business.
Well, yeah, he is telling me. And I was like, it's probably easier to make sweets than it is to make beads.
Well, one of
Probably
my
is.
friends is doing very well selling sweets. She's sold in 48 of the 50 states.
Oh yeah, that sounds
And
good. That sounds hard to keep up with though.
well, they just bought another building and have upgraded their staff. So, they started off small. Azalea worked there. It was pretty cute.
I remember.
She came up and visited for the summer one year. And so she basically got traded around town as a little shop help. And so she's making toffee one day, and she worked in the stationery shop.
Yeah, she said she swept the floors. That was pretty cute.
While she was saying, Melissa was like, "Well, let me take you to ice cream." I was like, "That's not work, Melissa." And then she's like,
it was good experience.
Mind your business, Andrew.
Yeah, she went to different shops. It was pretty cute.
Yeah, that's like summer internship, Ligonier style. Norma says 90 here, but the humidity is a little lower today. That's good. You know what? The humidity seems jacked up today.
It is. While I was driving this morning on my walk, just driving, it would collect on the windshield. I was like, wow, what's this?
Yeah, that's not my favorite.
That's humidity.
Marianne says, hey. How do you pronounce that? Hey, or just hey?
Hey.
It's like the IKEA way of saying hi.
I don't know. Hi.
I'll look it up later so that I'm saying it right. Julie says, stay in the house or the pool.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Our neighbors have a pool, and sometimes I think about sneaking in, but then that seems like I would get like shot or something.
That's like, I don't know about that. That's like going into some, no.
That's like using your neighbor's bathroom. Yeah, you have to like have an agreement.
That's a breach. Boundaries.
Especially for me, like I try not to cross the invisible barrier between the properties. You know.
Yeah, well, that's natural.
Some people don't have a problem with that. You know, there was somebody like playing in our yard the other day, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "Oh, just playing." And I was like, "Oh, where do you live?" Because it's not here.
And you didn't yell at them to get off your lawn?
I thought about it, but then our yard has yellow jackets in one of the parts. So I was like, well, don't go over there. You're going to get stung.
That's nice of you to be.
I try not to be the mean one, but I'm oftentimes the mean one, and William's the beloved of the neighborhood. And they're like, oh, where's William?
Yeah, and well, everybody likes William, so that's not shocking.
He's much nicer. I'm just like, I'm just trying to pull the weeds. Donna says, I was able to snag one of your kits, Andrew, one of Cynthia's, and another of Kristen's last night. Thank you, Donna. So that's a nice segue. Hey, good job. So yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? I don't know. All of our days have blended together into one amalgam of just working and laughing and having fun and going on walks. And I was like, don't ever leave.
Yeah, Kristen's is she has a very like delightful spirit. Like her spirit is. She's good to be around. You know? She has a nice, like her personality is.
Yeah, we like her.
Yeah, she's just delightful. What else can you say?
She's nice. I like her. We didn't know because we've never actually hung out in real life, believe it or not.
Well, we've gone to the same. You know, when you go to a big show and there's a bunch of people, and we've seen her at like the interweave parties and different parties.
But like, I've never like shared a domicile together.
No,
and so
you never know.
I was like, so just so you know, my house is a little bit busted, and
your house is not busted.
Well,
he makes it sound like he lives in a hovel. He just said, well, if you were to say every surface is covered with beads, because there's beads everywhere.
Correct. But the other thing about that
artwork.
is
tons of artwork everywhere.
Yeah, she stubbed her toe twice on my pile of to hang artwork, to be hung artwork. But our house is not a new house, so there's a lot of deferred maintenance. So there's things like that I notice right away because it's like like we keep, like me and William, we keep daydreaming about stuff that we would do to the house when we save up money. Like I would love to redo the floors in our kitchen because it's linoleum and it's coming up in some spots, and we're okay with it, but it's always kind of stressful for me because when we were kids, we always had to like clean the house before company came and try to put your best foot forward. And so there's a little bit of anxiety that surrounds having company.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, so speaking of yesterday, so we launched a bunch of kits. Did you all see yesterday's live? Only a couple people were watching yesterday, so maybe you missed it. Catch the replay after this. And we had a good time. I laughed pretty hard on camera and off
all day
camera.
long. We laughed. It was fun.
I know. I think I have abs now. They might be buried under stuff, but
my abs were.
I worked on my core strength.
Yeah, they were activated, as they say. Activate. You know how you say that in the yoga videos? Activate your core.
From laughing until it hurts. And then there's some other stuff that happened because of probably the laughter, like flush things through. But
no, Andrew.
I won't do it. I won't talk about it. All right. So anyways, so if you didn't see, we launched a bunch of kits and we had a friendly competition, and we were supposed to let the person know who won, but we're going to do that tonight. And you're going to be like, what? Waiting some more? It's only like an hour and a half. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it is. It's like the time is really getting away from us.
I see the numbers drop just now. So that must mean that somebody's like, well, they're not going to announce the winners. I'm peacing out. Right. Harry says 92 here right now. I actually sat out in the sun to warm up. 72 inside, but I'm always cold.
I always feel cold too.
We do that too sometimes, like a lizard, go and sit in the heat lamp for a second. Robin says I went out today, but not tomorrow. Halloween will be here soon, and all will be grand. I love Halloween.
Me too.
William doesn't like to dress up, so we don't dress up. But I've always wanted to do a couple's costume because I've seen that on the TV, and I'm like, we should do that one day. And he's like, I don't like to dress up. And then I was like, well,
then you can just dress up yourself.
So I was like, maybe I'm gonna rent a husband to dress up for Halloween.
Sassing.
And then he was like, he was like, you're too broke to rent a husband. I was like, wow. Maybe they'll clean the house. And redo the flooring in the kitchen. And then he's like, basically that's a contractor. And I was like, okay. Sign me up. Valerie says, we had so much rain 2 days ago that folks were kayaking down the main street.
That's a lot of rain.
That sounds scary, like flooding time. Sometimes that floods around here, so you have to be careful.
I don't want to have any flooding.
That happens in Asheville too.
It does happen in Asheville. You can see the lines from the last time it did it, and it was pretty like 10 feet up on some of the places in the Biltmore area.
That's scary.
Very bad flooding in that.
That's super scary. Susan says it's 97 here, and the dew points are in the 60s, so it's supposed to be 104 Saturday.
Yikes.
Holy guacamole.
Oh.
Right. Suzanne says we flooded yesterday. That's not good. Emily's watching. Howdy, Emily. She says hello, Andrew and Cynthia. Kelly's watching. Marianne says only 81 here.
Nice.
Cool breeze. Norma says I'm going to a concert in the Vineyard on Saturday, but it's supposed to be 97, so I'm not thrilled.
That's hard. Bring one of those towels.
One of the heat towels. Cynthia got me one.
Cooling towels.
Cooling for the heat. Susan says recovering from a nasty headache, so just tuning in and taking things easy. That's good. Molly says, I am sorry for all who have to deal with the high heat and humidity. Susan's watching. Susan's my neighbor. Howdy, Susan. Kathy says, hi. It's hot here in Nova Scotia, about 26 to 28 Celsius. I'm guessing Celsius all week.
Yeah, I don't know what that would feel like.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. Like in
I
Fahrenheit.
imagine it's hot.
Dale says, good evening. Isn't evening yet? The sun's still out, so it's not evening for me.
It's
but
gonna be evening
howdy.
soon. Yeah. See,
Donna
says whoopie pies. Yeah.
That's because you don't live here. Apparently.
Hey, listen, gobs just doesn't sound appetizing.
I know. But you know what? I'm trying to encourage them to move up here. I'll be like, you want to be rich? I can make you rich. We'll have fun working. And you can still keep your house in Asheville. Just move up here most of the year.
He thinks that we make some kind of money that we don't. To have double houses.
Well, I can make it happen.
You are good at getting the property going.
I'm gonna become a land baron, y'all.
That's his dream.
You heard it here first. Make it so. I'm manifesting.
You are manifesting.
Emily says, I'm in PA too, and they call them whoopie pies in my supermarket. Well, Gobs is a Johnstown thing, which our new building, speaking of, is going to be in Johnstown. We currently have a GoFundMe going so that we can offset some of the startup expenses. Believe it or not, it's super expensive to start a store. I think people think they're like, oh, you just move in and you get a building and then you're done. When in actuality, you have to have a register, have furniture, paint everything,
renovate,
have bags, have tissue paper, and those things all add up. So we can do it, and we're going to do it. But any help that can be shared would be, greatly appreciated. Some of you have already contributed, and just thank you so much. It will make our job so much easier. I not only have I been fundraising visibly, but behind the scenes, I do a lot of work to raise money as well. And so some of those avenues, boy, I got into a fight with somebody. I was internet fighting with somebody. I'm not going to go into it because it's going to make me in a poopy mood. But basically, the long and short of that is that there's funding that's exhausted that we thought was available prior, but wasn't actually available. So that was less than ideal, but we're still going to keep going. We're going to keep plugging along. The thing is that if we get money earlier, we can start earlier, hit the ground running, get going, get moving and shaking, get inventory, spend our money towards inventory as opposed to, tables, things like that. People don't really think about that, and I'm pretty good at stretching $1. Like
you should teach a class on grant writing. This guy he should teach a class on how to get us if you want to have a business. He was giving me business advice in the car. I said, Andrew, how to, you're good at that. Well, you got this amazing studio that's full of beads, y'all. If you ever get here, it's kind of like there's a lot of boxes and there's things in here that I haven't seen in a long time in the bead industry. I was like, man, some of the stuff's going back I don't know how many years. It was really fun to put together kits.
We're going to show you a few more of those kits that we put together. And we have a few more that will come out later. But let me catch up with the comments because I see that there's a lot. Marianne says, that is not a whoopie pie in my locale. What do you call it where you are?
Probably a cream pie.
Molly says, guys, gonna miss your Zoom. Pepper the Basset is going on to her first training class.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Wish us luck. Good luck. Maybe you can do like sessions with Diane, because Diane, I don't know if she'll be on as marked as Diane Davis. Sometimes it comes up as Diane Knopf. She recently got married, but she does training things. Nancy's watching. Howdy, Nancy. Marcy says, I just read an article about how some people are renting their pools by the hour. That's a good idea. You know, there was a big controversy here because there was a natural pool, and like, what's that guy from the 50s? Dean something. He was really popular. Like, everybody was lusting after him, and he was like one of the people who was singing with Frank Sinatra. Anyways, he used to be like the pool boy there. And so there was a flooding issue, and they had to close it down for a while, and then it got sat empty. And then so there's a big campaign to get it going again, but then there's people who said it costs too much money to get going, and now it's a part of the township. And so
is it a nice pool?
It used to be.
Well, if it's not nice anymore, then they can just let it go.
I think that it's kind of nice that they want to kind of like preserve a little bit of history and have an attraction that will draw people in the summer and stuff. Instead of just like, just demolishing it,
Yeah, I guess they could renovate. That just sounds expensive.
Yeah, but there's money out there to do it. It's just about how to find that money. Nancy says, Suzanne, are you here? She is here. At least she was earlier. Like the kids who used to sit on our retainer wall, please don't. Yeah, that's dangerous. Like what, you can get really hurt. And like I think about some of the things I did as a kid, and I was like, yeah, I could have killed myself and destroyed property doing it. So, and some of the things like there was construction in front of the Hal Branch house, and so I went with my friend Jenny, and we were like make mud pies, and then I was thinking back in my mind of what was in that mud. And
we always yelled at him, "Get out of that! What are you doing?" And he ignored me. I was like, "There ain't no way I'm gonna be, elbow deep in that."
And then we even made mud masks.
Yeah, I was like, "Enjoy."
So that was that's basically like smearing.
Yeah, let's not go into what that could have been.
The P word
and such.
The P
anyway,
word.
Let's see what else people have to say. I'm gonna cut him off at the pass.
I know.
Every time he goes there, don't worry, I got this. He's going that way. I'm ready to quickly change the subject, so I'm saving y'all.
Well, if they want to take a shot and play that drinking game.
What else does Marianne have to say here?
There you go. Hope the sessions go better than one of my dogs. Smart, but Kristen's watching. Howdy,
hi,
Kristen.
friends. She is a delightful Kristen, you were a delight.
We miss you.
You're going back awfully far.
I know, because it jumped. She says, tuning in just in time. You are super nice too. Jermaine says, I like your necklace, Cynthia. Is that made of pebbles?
It is. It's made of...
She carved them.
I carved these with my lap grinder. I have a lap grinder, and I drilled them. Let me see if I can show it. These are...
amazing.
Okay, so they're labradorites. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Where's that camera? Is that in focus?
Mm-hmm.
So this is labradorite ruby, rutilated quartz. This one is you can't see it in the light, but it's a what is that called, Andrew? The London blue topaz ruby. The rubies and the sapphires really wore down my grinder, but I was going for things that looked like ancient beads.
I love this one.
Yeah, that's that. If you could see it, I don't know if you could see it. We'd have to show it in the light. But since I'm kind of backlit showing it.
Maybe. So, you can see the one shining in your eyes. And that's one of your bronze pieces.
Yeah, little mermaid creature. I made this so I could adjust it like this.
That's so smart.
So
and I like how you use the bead caps.
That's a bead cap, y'all. One of my tricks. So when I wear it, if I have the neckline, because I don't like to make a different necklace for, well, I do. What am I saying? I make necklaces all the time. So I'm going to adjust it. So just pull it.
I love that.
And then you just like this. See that? And then the things dangle. So they're like a little bell on each side. So then you can, if your neckline is shorter, you can have that. But I don't like, kind of cuts off my chi to be up
too high. Well, the nice thing about that is that's like a sliding knot kind of necklace. The only thing though is you don't have to worry about coming apart, because I've done it, made those sliding knot necklaces, and then you're like, oh,
No, you have to be careful with your knots.
Yeah. Molly says, oh no, Marianne. Well, she's a Basset, and they are notoriously stubborn. LOL. Mainly for just my special needs daughter to get some tips. So we will see. It's personal training, so not a class. Well, that's good. Kristen says, "Were you making me you were making me nervous, Andrew." Molly says, "Go for LVP flooring. It's the best."
Good thinking.
Yeah,
what's Kristen say was charming.
It was charming and covered in art and beauty. Our house.
I think so.
Oh, thanks. But I was warning her. I was like,
he's overly too much.
But it was good because we cleaned the house. It's
always good to do a deep clean. Every time we have company, I like to do a deep clean, and then I feel happy.
The last time
I do this all the time.
The last time we had people over, we was for the wedding, and nobody was staying at our house, so we didn't actually clean it too much. Like, we did a little bit of cleaning, but not like a deep cleaning. And my goal is once we've got now to where it is now, we're going to try to maintain or make it cleaner.
Okay.
Good. I think that's a good goal. I'll make I feel like I need like those lists that they give the kids, and you like check them off like a checklist. And maybe Martha Stewart has one about
you can just make it yourself. I make those all the time, every day.
I know, but like it feels more official if like Better Homes and Gardens tells me, or Martha Stewart.
All you have to do is print out.
I know. I need to find it. And
you don't need to find anything. Write it down. Make your own. You don't need to find anything. Here, I'll make one for you right now. I got my sketchbook. I'm ready.
Reader's Digest. I'm sure they've had it. Me too. But you know what? It feels better.
Reader's Digest.
It feels better.
Here, I'll make it for you.
Okay.
It'll say plan. Oh, I have one. Just gave me one. It says the plan, and then the week of, and then it has Monday, Tuesday. It's like a calendar, and then it has lots of list parts, and that works. You need lists. That was they told me over and over in junior achievement. Things that successful people do is they make lists and they check them off, and that's
feels good.
So.
Marion says a personal training session might have worked better for Merlin.
Donna says she saw both of the lives. They were so much fun. Thank you.
We watched a couple episodes of me and William watched a couple episodes of Virgin River when everybody else went to bed. Molly says, yeah, I think it will work for Pepper. She won't be distracted by other dogs. Marianne says, laughter, best way to activate. No, keep chatting. We are enjoying it. Nancy says, I'm staying. No piecing out from me. Cindy says, happy to see the new things. I'll replay the kit one after this. Oh, good. Susan said, just waiting for October to do October things. I love October things. I love September things better because that's my birthday.
Summer is the best. You have tomatoes and peaches and watermelon and all the fruits.
I guess. I like September better.
I like fruit. Well, maybe because your fruit, it's hard to get fruit. That's why. If you had the fruit we have in Asheville, you'd be like, we just don't
go to the places where that's available.
I know. I was like, so where's your market?
We have them, but there's one happening tonight in town, the night market. We're going to miss it.
Ooh. Who's going to miss it?
We are. Well, you might not if you don't want to play along.
I'll play along for like 12 minutes, but then if there's the call of perfectly ripe peaches.
Oh, maybe. We'll send you down with the list.
That's a big ask. What if they have the flat peaches?
She likes the flat peaches.
Listen,
I've only had bad flat
He
peaches.
only had flat. All right, so there's a place. I'm not gonna share my location of this because it's already hard to get. But this guy that I know has these peaches.
I think it's in Georgia.
Like a satellite. No, they're not. They're in Asheville. Stop.
I was trying to help you. And
so every time I go, I went, and the market had been open for less than 10 minutes. And I went over, I was looking at his table. There's a line. And I went up to the front and said, "Are you out of them flat peaches already?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, those were taken before we opened." I said, "So I made a special trip, bro? Come on." That was like Tuesday when I was at this market. I said, "Listen, what do I have to do to be the guy that gets the peaches before everyone else?" And he just laughed. What is that? Why would you just laugh?
You have to take a page out of that book from when we did the flea market. Headlamp.
We call it, they're like scalpers or something.
They go in the dark and you're like setting up.
And they'll get the headlamp and they're looking, but thankfully it's not dark. It's 7 a.m. or whatever. Well, it's not that early, but it's at 8.
Get there at 6:30.
I don't know if I can do that. Well, for those
peaches.
Yes, I do. I want those peaches.
All right. Marion says 28 is 82.
No, that's
for the
mild.
People who don't know that.
Well, I didn't know that. I might have guessed.
We can play Price is Right with Celsius to Fahrenheit. Susan says a gooey butter cake version of whoopie pie sounds good to me.
That'd be easy.
Yeah, you can have all different kinds. That'd be very, very popular, and you'd make a lot of money. And you probably could get in with that peaches guy. Susan, that sounds yummy.
Yeah, peach whoopie pie would be.
Let's make it so. If Greg's watching, I request it formally. I'll be down next week.
Yeah, we'll have to invent that recipe.
Yeah, wouldn't that be good?
Yeah, I'm thinking
with maybe
of it now.
Like a cinnamon cream, because sometimes with a little bit cinnamon with peaches, sometimes it's like it.
That's too much. You're getting fall
not
flavors.
Like a lot.
That's fall flavors. No, we're not going that direction.
Well, maybe.
You want to
maybe
go,
with a little bit of graham crackers sprinkled in there.
Thyme, lemon, rosemary, shortbread.
Maybe
with a vanilla cream, ice cream filling there.
For peaches.
Yes, with the
ice cream
cheese,
melts though.
With a goat cheese ice cream.
That's Asheville talk.
That's called delicious talk.
Okay.
Maybe a maple peach.
Correct. I feel that's a fall flavor, but I think it would be a delicious.
No, maple's all year round.
All right. So Donna says y'all did a fantastic job on those kits. Well, we've got a couple more that will eventually land the plane on this.
Here, let's get with it.
I haven't caught up.
Andrew is so slow with this part. I was like, how many minutes? I've already started by now.
I know.
Like, come on.
We're
sitting here just looking at the camera.
We're talking to our friends. We're our good friends. See, there's a pumpkin. It's creeping in. Halloween's creeping in.
People don't want to see our face. They want to see the kit.
What do you want to see? You want to see my face, or you want to see the kit?
All right, give a heart if you want to see face, and give a laugh if you wait.
No, I don't want people laughing at my face hole.
All right, well, we'll do something else.
All right, I'll catch up fast. I'll catch up fast. Bonnie says hello. She's like, "Are you reading slower?"
Yeah, he is.
Okay, Donna, I'm sure that it would be.
If it was a book on tape, I would have already jacked it up to 1.2.
Hey, Diane, that's like
perfect.
Okay, they're gonna be like,
whoopie pie has cookies and cream, usually chocolate. That sounds good too.
I'm interested.
Mm-hmm. And that's correct.
Dean Martin, that's who it was.
All
cool
right.
boy extraordinaire.
I didn't know he was a cool boy. I thought he was something like a singer or something.
Yeah, before he was that, he was in Ligonier serving drinks and toweling people off. I don't know, rubbing lotion on people. Donna says Dean Martin. Susan, that's what I was thinking. It jumped. It's the universe telling me to
go fast. See, that's because you're talking too much in between.
I know. It's sometimes William does this.
Oh, see, that's way far behind. You're like beyond far behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's like.
All right, I'm skipping.
Thank you, everyone. He's gonna skip the part where it's all
They're
compliments
praising.
to my necklace. We'll skip this, but we'll really go over the whoopie pie talk.
I like a whoopie pie. Kristen says, so pretty. I was admiring it at the kitchen table.
Oh, thank you.
That is so neat. Fabulous necklace. Wow. So beautiful. Julie says she bought that pendant from you in Tucson. Cynthia Jess, if you haven't followed your Instagram, you painted one.
Yeah, I put it in one of my customers' things just because that's what happened with that.
Wendy says, love that necklace. Facebook user said, love that bead cap idea. Jermaine says, thanks for showing your necklace. It's gorgeous. Michelle says, clever. Marianne says, neat. Kristen says, you're smart. You're great. You're wonderful. You're awesome.
Keep it coming.
Facebook user says, I love that necklace, Cynthia. I want to make one like that fidget necklace. Aloha from Hawaii. Look who turned up.
Thank you, William.
Mr. William Thornton Jones.
Howdy.
He's been doing things, picking up things for our live. For tomorrow's live, I should say.
Yeah.
Get him.
Get him. Get him,
What's
Cynthia.
going on?
I told Andrew it's too much talk up on. Get on with it.
You know what? 42 people are watching.
Keep it going. Keep moving.
42.
Keep it
I
coming.
know.
I'm gonna
Not
stop
candy
doing the
style.
lives.
It's just
Andrew.
me and Cynthia show. Do.
Yeah, less of that.
Less of that. She's like, speed it up. Well, you have
Put
to
it
go.
on 1.2.
You got to go to the bathroom.
I met, knowing me, yes.
She's like,
Yes. Always.
all right.
When don't I?
Let's skip this get him Andrew talk. Okay, all kinds of lists on Pinterest. Me too. Me too.
That's an easy
Oh,
one.
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look on Pinterest because I feel like if I had that, then I could keep on track.
I'll send you mine. You don't need that.
All right. Susan says, I make lists on the phone all the time.
Me
The templates I made make grocery planning easier. That's probably smart. Molly says, did you like Virgin River? There was a shirtless scene. You may have missed it. Is at the very start. He's laying in the bed. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but I was like, Molly's wrong. That I saw a nipple. Bonnie says, are you a Virgo, Andrew? I'm a Virgo Libra cusp-ish. More Libra, but just close enough that sometimes I like to be organized. Just sometimes. Marian says, September is my favorite month. Me too. That's when it starts getting cooler.
Oh, someone doesn't know what a flat peach is. 2 people don't know what a flat peach is. I'm going to have to draw
They're
it.
like this.
All right. Give me a second.
They also call them Saturn peaches or donut peaches. She's going to draw, Marian says, AKA donut peaches.
Mm-hmm.
Susan says, scalpers for peaches. You know the restaurant industry?
It's from the cafes around town. They show up early. And then you know what they should do is just say, hey, can I come to you and pick it up or can you drop it off? No, they want to show up before the market starts so that when the rest of us come in, I almost said something to this guy. He came in ahead of me and I said, are you going to get all those? And he was like, I am. And I was like, that's real nice, dude. That's real neat.
You act like you didn't do that at the Ann Choi booth. We set up so fast and hard just so we can run our little behinds over down the aisle.
If there was someone saying, hey, are you going to get all those? If I was sitting right there.
With the Ann Choi beads,
right, yeah.
Be like, these ones are my pile, correct?
Well, you're not making that big of a pile with those.
One time I did, it was like the best beading button ever. I was like, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Well, I mean, if you can see there's people behind you, you don't have to get them all. And you could also make an appointment.
Correct.
All right. So this is what this peach looks like.
Show it. That's what it looks
flat.
like.
I'll watercolor it later to really give you a good feel of it. I mean, I really studied those, saved all the seeds. And then Andrew goes and tells me you can't dry them. I was like, well, why'd they lie to me on Pinterest?
Well, maybe you can dry them. But in my experience, if you want to propagate quickly or plant quickly, you have to keep them kind of fresh, right? Donna says, my local orchard is picking my favorite peach, August Prince, and they have peach wine made with their peaches. That sounds good. They do a fruit wine at one of the, she's going to up the thing. So, but they do a fruit wine nearby.
People are going to start going to sleep.
Maybe.
Peach cobbler. Listen, y'all.
Let me tell you about it.
I have a peach cobbler recipe that is so good. It's not a soggy bottom peach. It's
good. And it's a universal recipe too, because you did it with mangoes once.
I did it with mangoes. You know what? I did one with cherries because they were in season. That was last week. But it does require a whole stick of butter.
But you know what? The people, their eyes. We were with Kate.
Kate Richburg and Jess. And Kate's husband, and it turned out good. It was a good day. And then you know what? You could top it off with a delicious homemade ice cream. I got my ice cream machine.
Missed out? Emily. Remember, she didn't get to come. She left early. Mm-hmm. And I was like, "What you doing, girl?"
Sometimes that can happen.
Danger, girl. Get that mango cobbler.
Now now Marianne needs peaches. I think everybody needs peaches.
I'm in it.
This is summertime.
They had a peach pie at the grocery store.
Michelle doesn't know that this. Listen, y'all. This is my little brother.
Correct. Sometimes people think we're twins, but not.
Well, listen. As we all look the same. There's no question we're related.
I think once we turned a certain age, we all kind of standardized our looks.
Like there wasn't everybody's like, oh, I can see. Because my sister and my other brother, we all look the same.
Mm-hmm. When we're all together, you can see it's kind of weird, like the different aspects picked up in each of us.
One time, my sister thought this would be a great idea to shave her head. And so when you look at them, they're sitting on the sofa watching TV, it was like their two heads looked the same. And then they wore the same type of clothes, sweatshirts. It looked like they were on a cult.
It did. We lived together in New York, and her boyfriend who moved in, he decided it was a good idea to shave his head, but he was real white, and I was like, no.
Then
people are gonna think
you're like they're in like a cult.
They're gonna think we're in a cult, and also you look like a skinhead, and that's when Nazis weren't popular. Like nowadays, I guess they're popular again. Which I'm not going to go into.
I thought they looked like they all were in the same cancer ward. That's what I thought. And then people be extra kind. Well, no, this is different because you've got it like shadowed here on that side, so it's not quite shiny, like peeled like that one time. One time Sheila cut his hair in a complete perfect bowl on the back of his head. And then she said, since we started it here, we might as well take off the sideburns. And she made him a perfect monk haircut. So he would have perfectly fit in on the CAD file show. And listen, we have never laughed so hard in our lives. Like
she convinced me somehow. And I should have known. They were always doing stuff. And I was like,
You were always game. What are you talking about? For a taekwondo match, he thought it'd be a good idea to shave his eyebrows. So he had little bitty surprised, just picture it, y'all. Little surprised, like a little Hitler mustache eyebrows. And so when he came on that thing ready to kick, onto the mat, you should have seen that other kid's face. They were like, whoa, because he just looked real surprised. And he won. He won lots of trophies that day. It was a good day for him. But it was not good as far as picture day. There are very few pictures because this guy cannot go to picture day without doing something. Like one time, do you remember that time you decided to shave? He's going to shave. He's 10 and he's going to shave. Where did he shave? His sideburns. So he shaved it clean up to the top of his head.
I saw somebody with a look like that
so it just
recently.
Looked like his name should be Credence or something.
Wow. From that fantastic piece.
We're like, Credence.
That's before that. But
yeah, that seemed like the name for that.
My mom, she drew my eyebrows in.
You can imagine how good that looked.
But imagine in the Florida heat.
It didn't stay.
It didn't stay. And the
Every
teacher,
time.
Luckily, the teacher took pity on me and was like, no, I need to help. She intervened and wiped my face.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
because it was like running down my face. And so that was before, like, you know, the eyeliner was like, you know,
Well, let me
whatever. She's gonna
look how
help.
far back you are.
We're real far back.
You need to just
Cynthia
get to
says,
the thing.
chop, chop.
Yeah, Michelle's with me.
Y'all don't like this? Y'all don't like us talking? Donna uses a marble notebook for lists.
I do too. I have one that's plastic. Those the ones with the plastic, kind of thick plastic cover. So useful and small.
So Donna says flat peaches are delicious. I lived in New York and I used to go to the Asian market and I only got bad peaches.
Where were you?
New York.
And do you need to even say more? That should be the end of the discussion. Why would you
produce.
No, you don't get flat peaches in New York. That's like trying to buy a mango in New York. Forget about it.
You can get good mangoes too, because of the Asian markets aren't.
Yeah, but they have to be flown in from somewhere. It's not like that's not like getting a mango
straight off the tree, you know.
From Florida is not the same as getting a mango
here.
It's just not gonna. I mean, it's just not the same.
Yeah. All right, we've caught up. So let's flip the camera around. Donna says, I look like my dad, but my brother and sister favor my mom. We all have little different traits. So it looks like they kind of like like they did like a genetic mix. And they were like, and then the babies come out.
No, we're pretty much the same. Here, lower it. Let's see what's going on here.
Let's flip this around. You're going to see the ceiling for a moment. Oof. And my nose. Got my nose. All right. So where's the magic penny? Let's see it. So if you didn't see, yesterday we started working on some kits. And Kristen made some. I made some. Cynthia made some.
Yeah, let's do Kristen's first. This is a luxurious one. I like this color.
So Kristen made this one last night. I don't know if we got to show it before we had to go to bed. Oh, there's this. This is a glass strand. There's these check glass flowers here. Ooh, these flowers. Some more flowers. They're flower. Ooh. I busted the strand, y'all. That's okay.
I like it.
It's a beautiful mix of greens and a little bit of golden brown in there.
Put it this way.
This one. And these check glass, and then there's an Allegory Gallery gold-plated fine pewter piece.
I like it.
Now this is available online unless it's sold out, and you can find all of these kits. If they're not on right now, they will be tonight, and you can find those at allegorygallery.com. So if you're like, I want that kit, you can maybe buy it.
Yeah, it looks good. I love these particularly. They remind me of like dragon scales or something.
She picked some of my favorite beads in my collection.
You know, these were on my project table.
I know. Did you notice how some of the things they kind of
drifted?
I was like, hey,
that's good though. I mean, you were clearly not using it, so
I didn't get to it yet. I set out like 6 different kits. That's my problem. I should just narrow down my focus.
That's ever my problem.
Kristen's good at making kits. She can come back whenever she wants.
Sure.
We'll have a Kid-a-Palooza whenever she wants.
She's good at it fast and a good eye for making things. You know, you kind of have to have a good eye for textures and things.
Oh, here goes. Kristen says, I did swipe those from your table, Cynthia and Andrew.
Yeah, that's fun.
Use it or lose it.
Yeah, it is.
Them fighting words.
No, that's just natural.
All right.
Here's your next one.
Now, this one is definitely not on the internet. This is one that I made. This is also called the Virgin River.
Ooh, I like those little things. God, they're smiling at me.
There.
If they were that cute only. What do
They
they call that?
are
No, I meant
trilobites.
in real life. Like usually their eyes kind of bug out,
I
but in a
like
kind of a
them.
friendly way. I love trilobites.
We got a couple in the store too, some real ones.
Mm-hmm. I like them.
So you have these. These are Czech glass. This is pressed Czech glass. This is an ammonite Czech glass. This is fossilized coral that they've dyed a blue color.
I like that.
Or coral that they've dyed blue. Kristen said, "This is a great fossil kit. Love those colors." Facebook user says ammonites.
Mm-hmm. It's a good shape.
Kelly says not to change the subject, but it is so nice to see you with your sister.
Mm-hmm. Family time.
We get along.
Mm-hmm. We talk every day in some form.
In some form, whether it's in the language of memes
That's my language is a meme.
Or reels.
Or a reel. Especially something funny.
Mm-hmm. Or beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Or hungry making.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now this is the one I put together. You guys could probably tell this.
Cynthia made this one.
Okay, so.
I love those beads.
Mm-hmm.
Czech glass. More Czech glass. Some fire polish Czech glass. And
look at this darling focal.
It's a lampwork glass lizard.
And he's kind of sturdy too, you know?
Yeah.
I was surprised. I thought, I don't know if that would be a sturdy piece.
There's a little bit of whimsy in there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Now, is this one available online yet?
I don't know.
So there's some Czech glass. This has kind of got a gold luster to it. I don't know if you can see that or not.
I love them. They're slightly clear. You can see.
Mm-hmm. And then this is one of our new pewter pieces. And it's
close.
It's a lizard on both sides. It's like
pretty nice.
They're playing with each other.
Mm-hmm. Chasing.
Yeah, there's something in between, so it's not
like a stick or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that would pick up. See those little bumps? See, doesn't that pick up that kind of, echoes that shape? And this kind of has the similar shape.
Mm-hmm. And the color.
Mm-hmm. And these are drilled through the sides so that they're strung this way, in case you were wondering. So they're not like, because I thought maybe they'd be like this, but it's more, I feel more useful to be like that. So if you wanted to make earrings, you could do that too. You get a good blend. Oh, and then these lampwork. They kind of, when I first saw them, I thought that they were shells.
They're vintage.
They could be either way. They look good either way.
They almost look like pearls.
Mm-hmm. I thought that's what they were at first.
All right. Kristen says, that surprised the lizard. Such a great kit.
Mm-hmm. I know. I love it. I think it looks good.
Molly says, oh, that's a cool lizard bead. Kristen says, I love those beads. Look like a slice of almond. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, they have a neat, I favor this color. I love it. I did lamp work a few years ago, and by a few I mean like 10 to 15. And I would love to use this creamy color with blues.
Like an ivory.
Mm-hmm. The ivory would just, and it's this color. It just seems like
almond paste.
Mm-hmm. And I love almond paste. So that's probably where that comes from. But it's a neat neutral type shade.
I think that's a Pantone neutral color.
Mm-hmm. I would think so.
Donna says, love that kit, Cynthia. Sandy says, like Cynthia's design. Marion says, who made the lampwork bead? It wasn't
marked. It was an old strand, so who knows? That was coming out of a cardboard box buried in the back of this. Old cardboard box. So who knows?
Yeah.
And the sticker or the whatever you call it tab was already pulled off. So
I can't remember.
But there's only a few of them.
Tucson.
Yeah, there's only a few of them. So
Michelle says, pretty lizard kit.
I know, I think so. I think there's only 6 of this, 6 or 7.
All right. So we only had those 3 to show.
But there will be more because I was too slow in my counting.
So there'll be more. No more from Kristen because she already left. But there'll be a couple more from me and Cynthia. And we'll have some for the GBE, which, if you don't know what that is, it's a Great Beat Extravaganza. And that is kicking off tomorrow night in the preview party. And we'll be doing the preview party tomorrow night. I can't remember at what time, but we'll be there showing a little sneak peek of what we got going on during the weekend. Then I'll be on bright and early on Saturday, and then Cynthia will be on Sunday. And then, speaking of being on, in like 15 minutes, we're going to be on Zoom with the make along with the Royal Road kit. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can head on over to the Design Challenge group.
I'm showing the ones. Don't they look so pretty? I'm going to get one of these and make something. Here, let me fix that.
Let me fix that for you.
Here, let me fix it. But don't those look good and sparkly, juicy?
I know, they're full.
I like these two together, actually.
Those
And
are
that's,
good.
you know, I get these kits for my daughter and her friends because then it's like they're not super expensive and it's something that they can work on, and I don't have to think about if they're going to be like bored and they start looking at something on the internet. Not that that would stop anyone, but when you're doing something creative, it doesn't seem like you have time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, Michelle, we're on the same page. They look good together. She says, love green and purple together. I do too. This has a teal. This is a teal, and this bead, I'm so crazy about it. Andrew said, pick out stuff you like. And I'm like, okay. And so I said, I'll make a couple of kits, but then I said, maybe I should keep these. Maybe I should. He's not using them. That's the only
one of them, too.
I know, that's what I mean. That's it. They don't make those anymore. I remember because I collect them. And that's the thing of the past.
We might have some hidden in one of the trays, but if we do, it won't be that beautiful teal color.
That teal is up my alley. Here, look at it closer.
Marianne says, all that luscious goodness.
These actually look good together, too. You know, we were looking at these candles. Kristen and I were in the candle section at this store, and we were kind of going, had all these like jewel tone colors, and we're like, you know, let's take a couple pictures for inspiration. And those were some of our, we were like, man, that'd make a good necklace. So inspiration can come from anywhere. Mostly for me, it's outside, but you know, that visual marketing you see at the stores, sometimes you can see something, a pattern or something on a shirt or a dress that could spark an idea for something else.
Well, something to think about with that in mind is that a lot of those stores spend a lot of money figuring out which colors and which patterns and
look at these together. Say those two.
What's going to be very appealing. And so that's why people buy stuff. They make stuff to sell things. And so if you're designing and you're really stuck, sometimes going out and seeing the visual merchandising is really helpful.
Yeah, go to Target, hang out and get some inspiration.
Let me see. Molly says, love that green and purple next to each other. Molly says, I got my fluorite strand and my mixery box and my Cynthia's purple kit.
Oh, thank you.
And Michelle says, teal and purple are even better. What is that big bead?
Here, let me show it. I love them. They're glass and they have this huge hole, but look, I thought that might be, look at that hole. That could easily go through here.
You could kumihimo like leather.
Yeah, I know. You could.
It'd still fit.
Or you could do, you know, that thick kind of nylon.
The paracord
stuff? Maybe. That could be ugly. But you know what? I follow a lot of these feeds on Instagram of making your own cording. Like I fantasize about going out and like stripping some bark and stuff. I'm probably not going to do it, but I like to look at it.
Our friend Kathy does that.
But like a linen might be pretty, or silk, or and she's like, leather.
You could weave your own, or not, whatever she does. And then I was like, I watch your Instagram.
It looks labor intensive.
And I see
But
you
it's
pounding that business on a rock.
yeah, I'm not doing that. It has a little bit of a sharp edge on some of them, so you might want to like this one's not, but some of them might.
Now, if that happens,
You go
guess
over it.
what? You can fix that. Just put a little dab of water and do a little light sanding, and you can sand it right off. Now, do make sure that you use water for safety purposes, and yeah.
Yeah. Bonnie says sorry, Silk. Michelle says, wow, love it. Probably many strands of leather. Yeah, you can get a lot through there. I tend to like to wire wrap, and I thought that this would be a good focal on a mala. Like, everything dangling down and then a spray of things coming. So that's why there's a lot in this.
You know what would look beautiful with that? It would be a Viking knit. I don't know how to do that very well, but imagine if you did know how to do that. That could look so cool, like very modern.
So this, when I was planning it, I don't know if y'all do this, but if you are designing something and you're getting stuck on a color, you can get your color wheel if you have one, or you can just make one and look at colors that are sitting next to each other. So in this case, I have a purple, and then next to that would be a blue, and then next to that blue would be a green. So those colors all together are going to be harmonious.
They call that analogous.
That's an analogous color scheme, and it will always work. So you can pick 3 colors that sit next to each other on the color wheel. Any 3 that are sitting next to each other is called analogous.
You can also do contrasting. Contrasting can be sometimes good and sometimes bad.
Like this is a contrast.
Yeah.
Red and green would be considered because they're sitting opposite on the color wheel, but they work because the palette he's thrown in, see this? That gold brings it together. So it's
midway.
It's the midway point. So that's color theory. And if you use a little bit of that color theory, your pieces will always seem harmonious, even if you don't know why. It's just the way colors exist in nature. Like this would be, if you were outside, you would see a plant with a red, like a fireweed would have this color, and
like
it would have
berry.
Or a berry. So it works in nature. A lot of the most successful color combos are ones that exist like in the sky,
Yeah.
Sky colors always look good.
Marcy says, it's not easy to put colors together. Y'all are good at it. All of those kits are really nice. Well, thank you.
It's
Michelle
fun.
said that for that blue or that teal bead, kumihima with hemp or something organic would
I
look
agree.
Nice. Can't wait to see it finish.
I might use that tonight.
Marianne says, could use silver silk. That would be a good idea.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I love silver silk.
Ooh, I have some.
Yeah, that's great. We'll use that.
Here we go. You just get a looky of it. Let's get a look of it. Ooh, I'm dropping stuff.
Yeah, silver silk.
That's the one with that inside. He double stuffed it.
Well, I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can get it in focus.
Yeah, that would be beautiful.
It's a little bit pink and green. It's very light colored. There's a ball chain on the inside. That's what the difference is. This, I thought for a while, was that mesh yarn or ribbon you could get, but it's actually, there's a ball chain in the inside. So that gives it that, it's not going to stretch out like the old school mesh.
Well, that's how it started. But when he bought the company, he upped the wire count so that when they knitted it, it was a little bit more substantial. It is. It feels more thick and it feels nice. It's a good product. I like it. Pamela said, did you say Viking head? No, I said Viking weave. So there's a technique that you weave that was found in like Viking jewelry. Harry says, I have some of those old Swarovski pearl and stone matching wheels. They show what is great together. Wow, that is a treasure. Yeah, I love those. All right, so we've caught up. So if you're interested in any of those kits, they'll be, if they're not already online, they will be by tonight. Is that one I made? That's one I made yesterday. Yeah, see, this is another example of, this one would be a tertiary color blend because there's a contrast, but that third color hitting it from the other side, that yellow kicking in. So that's, you'll get a good harmony and a good balance of texture.
So when you're putting these kits together, when you put things with it, think about the color wheel, or get one and put it on your desk or something. Then you'll never go wrong.
And what says unbelievable?
That's pretty cute.
Very punny of you. Teresa says silver silk. Thanks you. Oh, good. Look how full and ample.
I love me some, I like it. I'm a maximalist for sure. Is this a new one? Is this a kit? That's a good one too. Look at that. I like that story.
Those carved stones.
And then this is good too. So this would be considered, what is that with the M?
Tonal.
A tonal. So, or
monochromatic
with the pinks.
One color,
but a shift through like an ombre. And those will always be a good. Those are always easy to design with, I feel like. I generally start this way. And then gently go in and go. Like if you want to go opposite, complementary, you pick out a green. Where's a green that would match that better? Like the green on this one, probably. No, this green is probably better. I like pink and green together. That would be a complementary. And then sitting next to each other on the color wheel, purple together. See? Easy. Or this juicy green would go well. Look at that.
Or black. Like a dark green that's almost black.
Yeah.
And that would be a contrast.
That's color stories in action. Or color harmonies. Color theory. I could talk about color all day long. We just got that game. I wanted to get it and play it with Andrew and William called Hues and Clues, where you try to name that color. Be like,
where'd you find it?
They have it at like Target or Walmart. It's a game it's a new game, but it looks like the Pantone color thing. And
I love the Pantone.
Well, I know. I was playing. I said Andrew will love this game. It will be so hilarious to play with him. William. Here's that black. Look at that with that.
William, do you love me?
Don't pressure your man. He's busy. He's doing something.
I know he's working. I'm like, get me a game.
So far, I think is heading our race.
Oh, don't tell it yet.
I'm not going to tell. I'm just telling what. Michelle says she needs that game. It's fun. It's so fun.
Michelle said that big stone there is pretty too, creamy yellow.
That's one of my all-time favorites, y'all. This is
fossilized coral.
Fossilized coral, and I use this in a lot of my pieces or in my photos. You've probably seen it in the backgrounds. It has almost a firework effect. That's from being tumbled around. It's the coral, but it's changed color. It's agatized. So this is coral that's like millions of years old, and it's washed up, and it's found not in the water, actually. It's found in, where do you find that? In
Utah.
In Utah, where it used to be an ocean. It's pretty cool.
All right, Michelle says, I need that game. And Bonnie says, that sounds like fun. And Marianne says, I only think pale pink is acceptable with black and white. Well, that has a very Parisian vibe.
Yeah, that's good too. I always think it looks good with dark teal. That's my favorite with that.
Well, the thing is that that's another contrasting. So if you were to make a color wheel, everybody knows the basic color wheel. But then when you go deeper into color theory, then you have to add a dash of white to each color. And then you make that, if you make tints, if you add white. If you add black, you add a little bit of black, you make
grays.
It's called shades.
Shades.
And so you then will use those and mix those, and you can see different kind of combinations then.
You see how that looks? That's pale pink with a cool dark gray. Yeah, that's classic. Cool dark, like a charcoal.
Like a possum.
Like it's pink nose.
And gray fur. Like a palo.
Like a palo. Or a Paulo, correct.
And when it says fossilized coral, aka Petoskey stone. You know, Petoskey stone is a little bit different. It's specific to the Michigan.
That's where you find it. This is a gray with that. See that? That looks good. That's true. Whoever said that. With the charcoal. Susan said that.
We're a silver like this, a pewter. What are we doing? Look. That looks good.
Yeah, she's right.
All right. Michelle said, doesn't teal go with almost anything?
I'm with you.
Even pastel shades, it does in my book. I'm
with
trying
you.
to think if there's anything that doesn't go.
Well, there's certain colors that don't look good with it. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't run across that yet.
I think that's like a good, it's a good.
It's almost a colorful neutral in a way, depending on the teal. You know.
Maybe like an organ meat pink would look not great.
I don't know. Depends
on
that.
It would look sickly, you know.
No, I don't know. We'd have to see that in action. Let's see.
Know.
Here's a pink, and where's that teal?
It would have to be like a even muddier though.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that actually
looks good.
So, I believe
maybe
Michelle
a
is
brighter
correct.
color. What about this color? This shell over here.
That's pattern. Oh no. Well.
What about this business with it? Is this still excites you? It actually works.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm telling you, Michelle's correct.
Correct.
The teal challenge.
The teal challenge. And everybody wins.
Yeah, we just,
Marion says, okay, the charcoal is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Molly says, oh, that's a good kit. The pink and charcoal and silk.
Mm-hmm.
Teal challenge. All right. We've been on for over an hour.
We have another event coming up in 12 minutes.
I know. I know,
Actually,
right?
Yeah, I don't know how long it's going to last. All right.
So we're going to flip this around real quick.
Andrew.
Sit down, Cynthia. So otherwise it doesn't go up your nose. All right. We'll be on in just a little bit again. So we are going to be on, if you're like, what? Why are they going on again? We're doing a make-along with a Royal Road challenge. It's a beautiful red and gold kit. You don't necessarily have to be using that. You can use whatever. We're just going to hang out. But that's what most of the folks are going to be using. And you can make stuff beforehand, but not really, because if you didn't make anything yet, you probably don't have time. Because we're going on in what time is it, William?
It is 6:27.
So we're going on in 30 minutes. We're going to start at 7 o'clock. And we're going to go on the Zoom. If you need to find that Zoom link, you have to join our Facebook challenge group. We are only streaming there. We're not streaming to the regular page. We're not streaming to the Great Bead Extravaganza. We're only streaming to the Great Bead Extravaganza. No, we're not. I just said we're not doing that. Only the Allegory Gallery Design Challenge group.
It'll be fun. You guys should join us.
All right. And I think we're going to have some special guests. So keep an eye out. And I'm not going to tell. But we're also going to announce the winner and maybe show the prize of what you get. Who the winner is going to be. We're going to show you who the winner is.
I think it should be me getting all those teal pieces, and then Kristen gets some too. That should be the prize.
We'll see. All right. Bye. Thank y'all.